I woke up really early, about 4 o'clock in the morning, and I wasn't feeling that good. And it was a Monday morning, and actually had a pretty good weekend. And I really didn't even like my job. So it was about 4 in the morning, and I called in sick, and I went back to sleep. And I got back in bed, and then I had left the window open because I was in California at the time, and the window was open, and I woke up to the sound of a bunch of TVs, and on the TVs, all I could hear was sirens. And like when a TV is really loud, somebody has a TV on full blast, you can hear it for a long way. I must have heard about 5 or 6 TVs. I didn't know what was going on. And so I woke up and I walked into my living room, and I didn't know what was going on. So I sat down and I did what a lot of people did. And I turned on my TV. And then when I turned on my TV, my world changed. What I saw on September 11th, 2001, it changed my life. I mean, it changed my world, the way I perceived the world, and it changed the way that a lot of us perceive the world. That's what I'm going to talk about tonight on Chavez Live 360, brought to you by Live Masters, where we feel alive by going live, and your journey to video mastery begins here. If you don't know who I am, I've been on a live video journey for the last few years. I go live every day with videos so we can get to know each other, and I help other people do the same. Now, I'm broadcasting to you live from the fabulous city of Las Vegas, Nevada, on this somber Memorial Day today. I just wanted to talk about today, September 11th. It really, Mario thought it was a prank at first. The reason why it changed my world, it was for a multitude of reasons. I had never traveled abroad. I had never been to the Middle East. I'd never been to Europe. I had never traveled at that time. So my idea of the United States was just like everybody else's, baseball games and hot dogs and 4th of July and apple pie, right? And that was the craziest thing that ever happened. It was unexplainable, what had happened. And because I couldn't understand what had happened, it set me down this path of trying to understand why somebody would want to cause so much tragedy, so much chaos, how there could be so much hate in the world where somebody would want to do that. Now, this is nothing new, right? Since the beginning of time, people have been killing each other. But if you have this perceived innocence where you grow up and how things are, it changed it. It was like a loss of innocence for me. I don't know about you, but that's what I'm saying. It really kind of really made me just think differently about people and our country and the way that the world works and how we show up in the world. And September 11th changed my perception about all of that. Did it change for you? So now fast forward, what we're going through now, what we've been going through for the last, since the beginning of March this year, 2020, with the thing that's going on, the C word, I'm not even going to say it. It's a whole nother level of that too, right? So maybe because that happened in September 11th, it just changed my perception of the way that the world works. And it made me have a more open mind that I'm not claiming to be a conspiracy theorist or anything whatsoever. But when things happen on such a large scale that have so much impact, it's hard to believe that it's not planned with nefarious reasons, right? So it changed. It really changed the way that I perceive the world, how I look at the world, and how I interact with the world. You know, before 9/11, the United States had never been attacked by a foreign or, you know, foreign army, right, so to speak, except Pearl Harbor. That's why Pearl Harbor was such a big deal, right? And it changed. It changed the way that the country thought about the way that we dealt with the rest of the world. That's what Pearl Harbor did. Pearl Harbor did that. And then 9/11. And then now we know what's going on now. So where were you when the world changed? I mean, I'll never forget. That's why I started this video basically explaining that morning when I woke up, I was half asleep. I heard sirens and I heard TVs, and I went to my living room and I turned on the TV. And as soon as I turned on the TV, I saw the plane go into the second building, the second plane go into the building. And then I sat there and I couldn't believe it. I thought it was like a movie. I thought it was like a movie or something, right? And then I think I did what a lot of people did. I got the remote and I turned the channel to every channel. And when I started turning it to every channel, and I saw the same thing happening on every channel, that right there is when the reality started to sink in. And then it felt like I was the one that was actually in the movie, and I was just like, wow, this is crazy. What is the world going to be like? And then, you know, they shut down all the airlines. You remember that when they shut down all the airlines and you couldn't get a flight out? But there were certain people who were able to get on planes and get out of the country when nobody else did. And that's all part of the deal. Matt says, first plane was in the Chow Hall, and I thought it was a scene from a movie. Second plane, I was standing outside my company area preparing for 9 a.m. formation. Well, hats off to you, Matt. Thank you so much for your service, brother. Were you there in New York? You actually must have seen it happen then. Kyle said, first grade, watching it on TV. Then he spent the rest of the day in the gym. Yeah, so that's what I did. I had called in sick that morning, early that morning. I left a message. I called in sick, went back to bed, got awoke by all the TVs and all the sirens and everything on the TVs. I woke up and I was like, boom. So I sat there the rest of the day and I watched it just unfold. I was just like, wow. Michelle said, I went upstairs to hug 4.5-month-old daughter and his 27-year-old. Yeah, guys, listen. Thanks for watching this video, and just go and love your loved ones, and just, man, you know, anything can happen. Just like that, you know, all those people that passed away on 9/11 had no idea what was going to happen the next morning. They woke up. And then there's all of the other stuff that people don't even talk about that much anymore. All the victims and the people that got sick, and all the, you know, the first responders that had all the lung issues and passed away, and they died an agonizing death, guys, just to let you know. So just pray for everybody's families, you know, because this is a tough time for them. And where were you the day that the world changed? So I'm broadcasting this live on my personal Facebook page. I'm broadcasting this live in our community called Live Masters, and this is the question of the day. And we're also broadcasting this live on our hashtag Live Masters YouTube page. So thank you guys so much for tuning in, and thank you for all of your support. I just want to be a voice and a place of reason and inspiration, and I'm here daily to do these videos. At the end of all of my videos, I always throw out an open invitation so you can come in and join in our community called Live Masters, because I don't always do the videos on multiple platforms here. So if you don't know what Live Masters is, it's a community we started a couple of years ago to help people step out of their comfort zone and into their confidence, especially with video, but it's a great place to network. We give you topics, we ask questions, and give you a safe place to work on your video skills. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and say goodbye, good evening, good night, good afternoon. It's only 3:46 here in Las Vegas. But so listen, I got this video streamed into my personal page and Live Masters. So this will be my last video for the day. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. You guys are awesome. You're amazing. And again, thank you